group, but I'm here to make sure Becky feels comfortable." Sloane's eyes shot to the small desk set up in the back corner of his office. Fuck. Today isn't a good day. He didn't hesitate to say, but once his eyes met Caroline's, he knew he was fucked. Today was going to be the day, whether he liked it or not. "She's probably already on her way here." Caroline crossed her arms over her chest, trying to appear intimidating, but it just made her look cute. "You've already postponed her start date twice, Sloane. She needs a job, this job, and you need help." Sloane snapped the towel from around his neck and slammed it on his desk. "No, what I need is for you guys to get the hell out of my office." Ignoring him, Caroline walked beside his desk near the wall where Damon stood and stared down at the floor where stacked files leaned precariously. "So, if I were to ask you for something, you could pull it out of that?" She pointed to the files. "Without a problem?" "Of course." Sloane didn't hesitate, yet he knew he couldn't. He didn't even know what was in half those files because he hadn't been through them. Sid covered his mouth with his hand, coughing. "Bullshit." Sloane gave Sid a dangerous glare before his eyes went back to Caroline. "I have gotten along just fine without any help." "Just give her a chance, Sloane." Caroline offered him an encouraging womanly smile. "If she doesn't work out, fire her." "Oh, yeah, and then I'll have a distraught female crying all over the damn place." Sloane put his shirt on with a growl. "This is a no-win situation for me, as usual." "Aw, man, stop being a Debbie Downer, dude." Jared snickered. "You never know, you might get lucky and have a secretary with benefits." Caroline grabbed a file and smacked Jared with it. That was a guy thing to say. Jared just cocked his eyebrow at her, but his grin remained. "You know," Sid began, but Sloane cut him off quick. "No, I don't fucking know, and I don't want to know anything you have to say." Sloane sat, wishing like hell his phone would ring, but of course it was silent. Damn it, he couldn't catch a break. "I was just going to say we should all get out of here," Sid continued as he stood. "Now that's the smartest thing I've heard anyone say so far," Sloane murmured as his eyes took in his cluttered desk. "So we can get dolled up for that sexy redhead secretary of his." Sid had already headed out of the danger zone away from Sloane. "I knew Sid didn't have anything smart to say," Jared snorted as the rest hid their grins. Sloane rubbed his forehead, wishing for death. He even glanced at Damon, wondering if the big son of a bitch would just do him the favor of decapitating him. He'd even pay him. As those thoughts swirled through his head, his door opened, and the voice he heard had him reaching to see exactly how much money he had in his wallet to pay Damon. "I'm back, bitches." Steve walked in the door, his smile spread across his face. "Miss me?" Becky rushed around, grabbing stuff and shoving it in her bag. She hated to be late, and late she was going to be if she didn't get her ass in gear. Running to the bathroom, she snatched her mascara, dabbed it in and out to get the black goo on the brush, and then stabbed herself in the eye. "Shit!" Becky stood frozen, one eye squeezed shut. "Damn it, that hurts." Finally able to open her eye, she wiped the black smudge off her face and continued at a slower pace. Once finished, she fluffed her hair, frowned, and then left the bathroom. It was as good as it would get. Caroline had said her position required casual dress, which was a good thing because casual was about all she had in her closet. Since her divorce, anything and everything that she could sell, she sold. Her main concern was to make sure her son was set for college, so he didn't have to worry and he had a fair shot of getting his life started. It was slim pickings at her house, which was fine with her. She was finally content, except for the fact she'd struggled to find a job so she could continue to pay bills and eat. Locating her bag and keys, she headed out and locked the door behind her. Once her bag was secured to her scooter, Becky hopped on and said a prayer it would start. When it did, she said another one for no rain. She wasn't a religious fanatic, but prayers seemed to be about all the help she could get lately. She had already ridden from her rental house to the VC Warrior compound 3 times to make sure she knew exactly how long it would take her. 25 minutes wasn't too shabby as long as it didn't rain, but on those rainy days she didn't know what she would do. She had sold her car to pay her bills and only had an old scooter to get her around. So far it had done its job. She didn't have to hit any highways, but the bridge she had to go over into Cincinnati from Newport was going to be a scary experience during rush hour. She had only completed the trial rides late at night. As she putted along the dark roads heading toward the river, Becky had time to think, and that wasn't a good thing. Filled with nerves, she focused on not shaking because it made her weave. She couldn't believe she was going to work for Sloan Murphy. He was an intimidating man, but just a man. Well, actually, he wasn't just a man. He was a vampire, a highly acclaimed vampire from what she had read and heard.